Okay. All right, guys, and this is the very first episode of the Theater Boy Talks podcast.
Yeah.
So welcome, everyone. This is the start of our journey. So let's just start introducing ourselves. So Alec, do you want to go ahead and introduce
Yeah,
yourself?
sure.
First? Yeah.
My name is Alec. I've been in theater for quite a few years now. Mostly starting out with, not technically starting out with theater. I started doing theater-like activities during Y Camp. And that would be, going up on stage during Y Camp and doing little skits and things like that. And that eventually evolved. I played Scrooge in A Christmas Carol at South. And I've been in a couple of other shows as well, both as in more technical roles and in actual acting roles. So that's me. How about you, Kelly?
Hi, I'm Kelly. This is my third year in theater. I started also with Christmas Carol with Alec, and that's sort of how we met, I think, or it was intro class, I don't remember. I didn't do theater before South. It was kind of a filler class, to be honest, at first, and then I just fell in love with it. And then, I got into extracurricular plays like Christmas Carol we do at South every other year. And I think, my favorite role was probably Christmas Future in that play. It was the best. I didn't have to do anything. I just had the point. It was pretty fantastic. So, yeah, I'm excited to do more of it, which is what we're here for. So, how about Jackson?
Okay. I'm Jackson. I've been doing theater since I was 9 with Charlie. We met at 9 years old during CET. Shout out CET. I've done it since I was a freshman. And I started theater at South my freshman year in Romeo and Juliet when I was Samson and Charlie was Gregory and Gavin was the friar. It's classic, It's pretty great. And ever since that show, I've been in almost all of South shows. I've been involved in one way or another, like tech or theater, acting or something. So, yeah. How about you, Charlie?
I'm Charlie. As Jackson said, we were doing theater since third grade. What was third grade?
Yeah.
Third grade. So we started out as we youngins. And I've been doing theater since through CET, and then as soon as we got to South, starting at South with Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid. And I've done some work at Pinnacle, but other than that, I've just been hanging out with these boys. I think probably my favorite role, I got to be the jester in Once Upon a Mattress. How about you, Gavin?
So I'm Gavin, as he said. I've been doing theater not quite as long as the other two. I started in 7th grade at Howard Street Charter School. I kind of was forced into theater because I went to a performing arts school. But then I just kind of fell in love with it with my first role as Buddy the Elf in the Elf musical. And then when I got to South, I knew that instantly I had to do theater. So my first show at South was Romeo and Juliet as the friar. Iconic role for sure. And then from then, I also fell in love with technical theater and set construction. So I've been doing that as well. And I've been involved with pretty much all of the shows at South since then. And yeah, I think my favorite role is really hard because there's a difference between community theater and high school theater. And my role at Pentacle was awesome just because of the atmosphere and the community. But I think my favorite role was probably Sir Harry in Once Upon a Mattress because it was a really fun role to do. Yeah. So there's that. That's our introduction. So welcome, everyone. This podcast is just kind of going to be us talking about theater, which is a huge passion to all of us. So it should be pretty interesting to listen to. I think we all have really interesting viewpoints and things to say. So yeah, why don't we just start? Alec, you kind of went over it a little bit, but if you want to go in more detail into kind of what was the driving force behind you getting into theater?
Yeah, sure. So when I was much younger, I used to do this little thing, and this is the driving force for lots of things, but mostly for theater. I would go to Y Camp or YMCA camp, specifically Camp Grider here in Salem. And while I was there, there would be performances every week. Really, every week there was at least, I think there was almost like one every other day, which were little skits, right? Short little skits. And I actually made a couple of those skits while I was at Camp Grider, and that's one of my favorite things about theater. Favorite things about doing this whole side of art is actually creating that art, either by bringing characters to life, like in Scrooge, and actually my favorite role, not being Scrooge, but being night number 3. Not a very prominent role, but one of my favorite moments was actually something I never spoke during that moment, but it was when I came around and I was searching for the jester and the minstrel, and I was trying to find them. That was actually one of my favorite moments, even though I never spoke at that point. But that was honestly my favorite moment in theater. Since then, I've been moving forward into something called C-Tech, which has brought me more into the film side of theater, into production, that sort of thing, and more specifically, more into the writing of plays, the writing of pieces of theater.
Yeah, that's definitely a really awesome thing to get into. It's a whole new world for sure. We want to move on. Anyone else want to volunteer and go ahead and talk about their early lives?
I mean, mine's pretty simple. My older brother Max started CET, the same program me and Jackson and later Gavin were in. He did it when he was in 4th grade, and so by the time I got to 3rd grade, I was like, I want to be a cool kid like these people. Cool kid. Here I am being a cool kid. But yeah, so that's like, I think CET just really started out everything for me, and theater became like a major, just like a welcoming space for, like me to become who I am now. I don't think like if I hadn't had the path that I had with theater, I wouldn't be the same person. And so I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah. I think we all can definitely relate to that a little bit. When you're that invested and involved in something for a good portion of your like developmental period, especially, it definitely shapes who you are for sure. Jackson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go into more detail?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, pretty much. My grandma, as like a birthday present, like signed me up for this thing, and I was like, that sounds cool. Acting sounds fun. I can make money like when I'm a big kid. I was never like really invested in it until I got into high school, pretty much. I was never like super into it or anything. I just thought it was like something fun I could do like every summer for 5 weeks. I was like, this is pretty cool. And then like my freshman year, I did R&J like after I did like football, because I did like football for 2 years. Not a very good choice, but and then I did R&J, and that like I changed like completely. Like Charlie knew me before. I was not the same person I am today. I was very different. I probably wasn't like the nicest person in the world, and now I think I changed a lot because of theater. So I have theater to thank for that.
Kelly?
Sure. I haven't always been doing theater, I guess, but I've always sort of been performing. I remember when I was really young, my grandma signed me up for something as well. She signed me up for hip hop classes.
Hey.
Yeah, and so I did those for I think 10 months. It wasn't like a crazy long time. But we did a performance at the Elsinore of The Thriller. And I don't know. After that, I just remember having the time of my life. And I was like, dang, if I could do this more, that'd be great. And when I got into high school, I saw theater, and on the thing was like, I don't know, maybe it'd be cool. And I kind of put it in my thing as a space filler for my schedule. And then I got into the class, and I just totally fell in love with it. And yeah, so that's pretty much me.
Yeah.
What about you, Gavin?
I can definitely relate to Kelly with starting out. My whole life I've been performing. My parents kind of knew that I was going to be an actor from the time I was a little baby, because because I was always very loud and, I don't know, boisterous, if you will. I was I was always coming up with these characters and these different voices, and I would always raid their closets to make costumes and stuff. So they knew that it was in my future. But when they put me in acting classes when I was like 4, I was not ready for that yet, apparently, because all I did, my main role was standing behind a pole crying while everyone else performed. So that was a great time. I was way too shy at that point in my life, and I think theater later on in my life helped me not be so shy anymore, because I have a huge problem talking to people that I don't know. But through theater, I've been able to develop those skills and kind of be like, yeah, I can talk to you now. What? Because I just there's less. I don't know. You're less reserved, I guess, when you're in theater, because you put yourself out there on that stage for everyone to see and judge, and so you kind of can put that into your real life and apply those skills. So yeah, I got to Howard Street. I got accepted into Howard Street, which was not my first choice. I wanted to go to JGEMS because I was really into science at the time. And when I didn't get in, I was like, heck. And so I got into Howard Street though, and I was like the 3rd draft pick or whatever. And it's like sick. So I did that, and I met Robert Salberg, who I was terrified of my 6th grade year. And because he puts on that act for the young kids. But 7th grade, 8th grade, we did our first shows. 8th grade is always the musical. 7th grade is the straight play. And the 7th grade show I enjoyed, but it didn't get me hooked on theater. I was still like too cool for school. So, and then in 8th grade, all that too cool for school went away because I was singing and dancing in a furry elf costume. So
Makes it a bit hard.
Yeah, it's and yellow tights, so it's a little bit difficult to be too cool for school when that's there. So
Man, I remember you were so excited for that role.
Oh gosh, it was the best role ever.
Wow.
It was definitely in my top like 3. This was my first big role and my first musical role, so it always holds a special place in my heart. But
it's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, like I think if it wasn't for kind of I owe a lot of my development in that time to Robert, honestly, because he helped me and pushed me and kind of gave me the confidence that I could do it and I could succeed. And he's been sort of a mentor ever since. And same with Gibby at South. It's the same feeling toward her as well. And yeah. So
a good question for everybody is something that I'm sure will eventually come up is how we all met, because we met at different times, different positions.
That's
a weird sort of interlinking web. Which I believe begins in kindergarten.
Oh man!
You and me, Charlie.
Yeah.
Met in kindergarten at Candelaria. and it was you, me, and there were tons of other. Oh God, if I had like a book that had every single person's face, I could still tell you who everybody was in Candelaria in our grade level. But I don't. But there were many other people back then. There was a group. It was like the boys versus the girls or something like that. I remember that.
Classic, cooties.
School.
Cooties.
Oh yeah, cooties. Oh yeah.
Girls have cooties. Just
Anyone had that
one
duck
school.
versus beavers? Oh,
Ducks versus beavers.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That was,
and then third grade is when we started meeting with the rest
this
of
guy?
these folks.
yeah.
Me with
Not me.
Gavin. I met Gavin.
I think that's when we both
He
met.
arrived
Yeah.
at Candelaria.
I moved around from
Yes.
different elementary schools, and it just so happens that I landed at Candelaria in the third grade, and Alex sat across from me, and the way we started talking is because he started making fun of me
Mercilessly.
from across the table. And I was like, hey, what's your problem? And he was like, I'm just picking on you. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. And so we started picking on each other like, throughout the class. And we're like, what's that haircut? You wear that hoodie every day? And, that's just friendly bickering. It wasn't anything hurtful at all. Otherwise, I would have been like, get away from me. But then from there on, we kind of just, we started hanging out. Alec was my first sleepover ever. My first time, guys. And you never forget your first, guys. So, and and then from there I met Charlie too, and we all kind of started hanging out, the three of us, with our little group at recess playing imaginary games while the other girls looked at us like we were crazy.
I mean, we were crazy. We were like the nerd
nuts.
squad.
Oh yeah, nerd squad for life. Let's go.
Bro, we were like LARPing before we knew what LARPing was.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We had those Nerf swords, dude. Sick.
That was awesome.
And then from there, I met Jackson. So Charlie and Jackson, you already knew each other from CET. If you want to talk about how you guys met.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
It was so long ago.
Oh yeah. Me and Charlie, I think we met just from the show that we did. It was called Everybody Knows That.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows
Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
Jackson. Dude, I totally knew that before just now.
Dude, yeah.
that.
You can just shut up now. We don't need to listen to you.
So I think that's literally just how we met. I never really talked to Charlie that much. Kind of
Yeah, we
like
didn't talk at all.
we had our like separate people. I feel like I don't know who Charlie talked to. I don't remember who I talked to, but
I don't remember who I talked to.
people. I think I talked to like I honestly do not remember.
Yeah.
And then me and Charlie like barely talked then. I feel like me and Charlie like actually started talking in Romeo and Juliet probably.
Yeah, probably. We knew each other pretty well before then, but like that's when we became like.
Yeah, and then I met Jackson my first year of CET, and I thought he was the most annoying person in the world. Not gonna lie.
Everyone.
But were you
We
wrong
still
though?
do.
But were you
So
wrong?
okay, so we had World Theater together, and we were on the same shadow puppet project with each other.
Yeah.
You remember that? That was sick. Did we have Rapunzel or something?
We have Rapunzel, dude.
Rapunzel, yeah. We had those cutouts behind like a lit up sheet of paper, and we were
It
like,
was so bad. It was.
Alec was the best. What do you mean? But I just remember that Jackson annoyed the living heck out of me. Like I think in an endearing way. I don't know. But then once we got to high school and we started talking, then I got used to it.
I think me and Gavin really
We're not
got
any
close.
closer now. I think we.
I remember first year of high school, freshman year. All three of you, were in theater for The Little Mermaid, right?
No, I
No.
wasn't in Little Mermaid.
We all had intro together.
We
though,
had
right?
intro to
That
theater.
wasn't
Yeah.
an intro.
Oh, me and Charlie had intro
Yeah.
together.
So just the
We
two.
had
That's how we
fundies together.
reconnected.
The three of us had fundies together.
Fundamental theater.
And then the year
Funny.
after that, so our sophomore year and Kelly here's little freshman year.
Open freshman.
Me and him and many others as well, of course, had intro to theater together.
Yeah, and that's where Baby Kelly Stories comes in. I'm the baby of the group. I don't know how else to. It's true. So yeah, it pretty much for me. I think the first person I met of you guys was Alec in intro. It was. I think Alec can agree with me on this. I was pretty shy back then. I didn't like.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and so yeah, I don't know. Alec was really. He was really nice to me. Unfortunately,
I was weirdly. Never had I experienced this. I was the most outgoing person in the classroom, which was the strangest experience for me.
It's true. I think I remembered you said something in class. Oh man, if I can remember, that'd be cool. But you said something that kind of caught my attention, and I think for whatever reason, I just was drawn to talking to you, and so I talked to you, and that eventually just led me to the rest of you boys, and Christmas Carol was also fundamental in.
Christmas Carol is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me and Charlie with the bed straps.
Dead Scrooge.
Yeah. That was also my first experience with tech theater, which was really strange, to be honest. It was a side of things I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, me either.
It's so fun.
That was the
behind
intro.
scenes.
Yeah, that was the introduction for most of us to tech theater. I feel like
Mhm.
me and Charlie building the set with Jake, like that was good.
I think my introduction came near the end of my like proper introduction to technical theater came at the end when I was in one of the, I guess, battleships, right? Taking out the battleships.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Battleships.
By the way, guys, battleships means the screws that goes in through the platform into the leg from the top. Just so you
Yeah,
guys.
bad.
We're not actually sinking.
Why is
battleships.
No, we just
Any
We're not in the
my
Navy.
introduction to technical theater was sitting down and playing Battleship. That was
Oh
my
yeah,
introduction to technical
yeah.
theater.
That's the yep.
No battleships have been sunk in the production of this play.
No battleships were harmed in the making of this show. Yeah, that's awesome. And that was a huge moment for all of us. I think we all bonded over doing tech stuff as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Not just
tech is big bonding. Tech is big bonding.
Yeah,
Gotta
for
be
sure. Yeah.
It, it would still be about a year before. I think it really was. It was the end of this last year with COVID beginning that kind of drew, because I wasn't really close in any way to Jackson, right? I didn't really we did not know each other really at all. And over the course of the COVID, I can now call Jackson my friend.
Yay.
Through that.
Yeah.
So
I think we bonded over mostly gaming together because we had like the boy chat and we all started playing like Minecraft and stuff together, and that's kind of how gaming has been a huge bonding for I feel like all of us, because me and Jackson when we weren't super close, and then I was like, I need someone to play Fortnite with. So I texted him.
That was like right after our that was like going into junior year.
Yeah, that was like partway through sophomore year, because we remember like sophomore year we used to skip class together.
No.
Gavin!
We can do that.
how could you?
We've been there for every class ever.
Every day. I've never been.
Every day.
That's our perfect attendance.
Okay, but we also don't lie here on this podcast. So.
Sorry, yeah, okay. You know what? I'm a terrible student. I failed high school.
I dropped.
Rip.
I was in 7th grade, so
I haven't been to school since I was 4, so. No, but like I just texted Jackson and we were like, you want to play Fortnite?
Yeah.
We started playing. we were garbage, but you know what? It was fun, and we
then,
like started talking.
It-
Yeah.
Like the
It's probably
entire
like-
summer, like all we did was play Fortnite. So that was the only thing we
And then we
did.
realized that Fortnite sucks, and then we started playing other games.
Yep.
But no offense. Calm down.
No offense though.
Gotta get
Canceled.
sued.
Calm down, Fortnite stands.
Canceled.
We just got canceled in our first episode.
Not even an
Every kid-
episode. We're just like introducing ourselves, and we already got canceled.
Yep.
Dang it, guys!
Instant.
Now we can't get a code in the Epic Games Store.
If I may, I have a really nice story I'd like to share
You may
about
not.
Charlie because
I'm
How
kidding.
dare you?
What's up?
How dare?
No, I have a nice story about when I actually got close with Charlie. I feel like so auditions for Once Upon a Mattress.
Oh yes.
That was killer, dude. I was so nervous because I don't sing in front of people. And you know that's a musical, in case you didn't know.
Musical folks.
I was like getting ready to go into my audition, and I had like a total panic attack. And I went in and I told Gibby and Mr. Bloom, who was the choir teacher at the time, that I wasn't gonna audition. And Charlie really motivated me to go back in and do it anyway. And when I came back out, I cried again. And I think he was the first person out the door that was right there when I was having a real hard time. So, yeah, that's when I got really close with Charlie for the first time, I think. And I did get into that show, by the way. So
And
big thanks, dude.
Everyone
I
here
want to
was
take a
on
little
that
bit
show.
of credit for that one.
You owe me.
I remember. I remember those auditions.
Effort to get you into that audition.
I remember those auditions. It took effort. Yeah. I remember those auditions.
Crazy.
I remember going into the room, to the choir room,
Where
right?
it happened.
Where all that
room
stuff
where
is
it
going on. And I sing a bit, and they both look kind of surprised at me, both Gibby, and I still to this day do not know whether that was good or bad. I have
Well, you
no
made it in
idea.
the show, so
I made it in the show, so
I think your singing voice is a lot deeper than most people expect.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's probably.
Yeah.
what
You
I
it
was
is.
like,
speaking like
oh.
a crazy.
That was a pretty
They were
good
probably-
impression.
They were probably just like trembling under the bass boosted vocals that you have. They're just like,
Okay, that's enough.
we've heard enough.
Yeah, especially since I think back then my voice was a good bit higher when I was talking. Even back then, it was like up here. My voice was up here, right? Still. Hello. Hi. Oh, okay,
that
I'm
was
gonna
Jackson
sing
like a
now.
year ago.
That was like freshman year. What do you mean, bro? I was a squeaker.
Weaker.
Dude, don't
Honestly.
call me out freshman year.
Um,
Okay.
Dude, for sure. Your voice was never that high. What do you mean?
Kelly's always been a bass.
You've always just been like, hey, I'm Kelly.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I'm Kelly. Pleasure to
Hey, guys.
meet you.
Hey. How you
Hey.
doing?
Hey.
So anyways, chat. So let's shift our focus into talking about
Oh yes, back on focus.
Yeah, sidetrack is a common theme. If you're looking for, if this is your English homework and you're looking for motifs, sidetrack.
Side.
You won't find any here. You won't find any here.
No, oh, you will. There's a lot.
Nope.
We're all, yeah. Anyways, chat. So back to our content. So what is this podcast, guys?
What
Does anyone
is
know?
this
I
podcast?
joined this Zoom call randomly. I guessed the code. So what's
Yeah.
going on?
Dude, how did you?
You
Often
guessed
like an Among Us
the
server.
code necessary to host the podcast.
now that I
Yeah,
think about it, where did you come from? Oh,
Yeah, I think the whole point of the podcast, if I'm not mistaken, is to discuss ourselves, our experiences, and talk about theater.
Yeah, you nailed it on the head. So yeah, basically what we're going to be doing what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be talking about we want to really focus on local and community theater, and kind of the feeling of just the community behind those aspects of theater, because it's a really tight-knit community, I feel like, in Oregon, and it doesn't get a lot of publicity, I feel like. So kind of what we want to do is we want to talk about different high schools theater programs and what shows. We're gonna have guests on to promote their upcoming projects, and
Only if their upcoming projects look good.
yeah, if they're garbage, sorry.
Nah, we're not.
No local theater is garbage. All of it is beautiful.
And that's our purpose.
And that is our purpose. Exactly.
That's how you know. That's how you know. We won't put on bad stuff, so you know it's all good. So you know all the local theater must be good.
We're gonna do everything.
Yep.
So yeah, but we just want to promote local theater and talk about our experiences with our local community. Whether it be Pentacle Theater or our high school, or shows that we've gone to watch in our local community that we really enjoyed. Because I know we've all gone to see a fair amount of shows together. So that's kind of what we want to do, and we want to spread a really positive message about community and the power of unity and everything. So because I think that's really important to keep going, especially in a time like this. So yeah, we're just going to be talking about our memories, our future, hopefully. Not like we won't have a future. I didn't mean that. We will have a future, but we want to cover a bunch of different topics in the future as well. So we'll start with local theater and all that stuff, but then eventually we want to appeal to a larger demographic of listeners so that we can talk about a range of different topics outside of just theater focused.
As we get further and further away from actually being at South and being directly involved in local theater to that degree, we want to expand our lens.
There's a lot of big topics that are worth talking about, and we all have very different experiences and views that contribute to our own beliefs. And I think there's a lot of stuff that when we get the ability to, we can talk about.
It's very good to, especially as a group like ourselves, we aren't unanimous on what we believe. We aren't that word.
That was good. That was really good.
Let me just pull the dictionary real quick.
Unanimous is what you mean?
Eunogamous?
I don't think that's a word.
Unanimous.
Okay, so I was right about not being able to help you with your English homework. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't ask Alec to help you with your English homework.
Eunogamous. Eunogamous?
No, that's not a word.
It is a word.
You're combining monogamous.
Monogamous.
That's not.
That's it.
I don't think that's.
I don't think that's the right context, bud.
We're getting so sad, guys.
Anyway,
again, here's your motif.
Guys. This is important, guys.
The motif of being psyched. Monogamous.
Guys, I'm looking it up. Yeah, no.
What? What?
This is what I thought it was.
What?
What?
I don't get it.
Yeah, there's I mean, it's just about like mating and marriage and
I see. So that's true.
Definitely what you meant.
Fudge-a-doodle. All right. Anyways,
chat.
The point is that we don't have the same views on a lot of things. Some of
We're
us
not
can't speak
unanimous.
English.
Some of us talk about mating instead of we all agreeing.
Yeah, so point is, we don't always agree on things, and so we want to talk about things that we don't agree on and
Yeah.
create a sort of discourse.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, Jackson. What are you saying?
What? I didn't say
Yeah.
anything.
I thought you said something. Okay.
So
yeah.
Jackson,
No, it's
what is this podcast?
Yeah. What is this podcast? What is it to you? What does it mean to you?
What is this podcast?
What
does
is
it
this
mean to me?
podcast?
What does this mean to me? That's a great question. This podcast is a way for all of us, for all of us to express our emotions and feelings into theater, this beautiful art of things, and
Of things.
that is what this is. We're expressing how we feel about this wonderful art. We're gonna get into some bigger topics too. Maybe not to get too political or anything, but
Yeah.
that's what we're talking
But
about.
we just want to express that main belief that it's very important to talk about things.
Yeah.
In a world where 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 it's very easy to live in your own bubble and just kind of be like, this is what I believe and I don't care about anybody else. It's really important. I think something that we've discovered as a group is that it's really fun, and not only that, but also really useful to openly express and talk about our beliefs to get a better insight into the other part of the world that we live in, because it's not one-sided.
We only have one set of experiences to go off of, and
exactly.
having more than one person worth of experiences to build ourselves off of is very important.
And there's 5 of us, so we have 5 different sets of experiences that we can talk about.
Different sets of experiences.
And I feel like our theater community, of course, I can only speak from experience, is very open to that open discourse that we have.
Definitely.
It's a great community.
And that's what we
Yeah.
want to promote. We in the absence of our program this year, I mean, we won't be completely absent, but our activity will be subdued. And so in that absence, we want to kind of fill that gap of freedom to talk amongst each other and discuss issues and discuss exciting things also, because our program does a lot of promoting small theater and local theater amongst the students at the school, and so we want to be an outlet for that as well. So that kind of covers, I guess, what this podcast is and why we're doing it. So we can move on to when this podcast will be, which will be Wednesdays. So we're going to upload our actual podcast where we talk about these things on Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, you can expect some gaming content because it's something that brings us all together and brings us great joy. No worries, both forms of content will be PG rated. They'll be clean. They'll be, so they'll be appropriate for viewership by all people. So
if not before Alec goes through and edits it.
After it's edited, yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you're watching it, it will be ready to watch. So that will be uploaded as consistently as possible every week at 12 Pacific time. That's when. So Wednesdays, Fridays, 12 p.m. And then I think we also didn't really talk about where this podcast is. So we're based in Salem, Oregon. So for people who may not.
Wait, what?
Look outside, guys. We're in Oregon. It's raining.
What?
It's sunny and
Dude, what?
pouring
You can
rain.
tell that it's Oregon because it's raining.
What?
No, it was. It's not anymore. We might have moved states all of a sudden.
We're in California.
Yeah. So does anyone else want to talk about kind of where people can find this? I feel like I've been talking a lot and I don't want to hog the mic.
I feel like Jackson, you wanna take this one?
Yeah, Jackson, take it. Take it away.
Basically, where you can find
Media
this
boy.
podcast, you can find this podcast, right? If you go onto YouTube and look up TBT podcast, right? That is just what it is. TBT podcast.
Yes.
There you go. Just look that up on YouTube. You'll see it. There might be like another one, but our little icon, it says like TBT. This is Theater Boy Talk.
And if you
That's where
can't
you can
find
find
it
it.
through, if you can't find it through our through the YouTube search engine, because we're not famous yet, so you might not be able to find us. Then there's a link
Yet.
in our Instagram
Yes.
bio, which is TBT Cast Official, which is our Instagram bio. So there's a link there to our YouTube. And then from our YouTube, if you want to support us on Patreon, in our info, like our details tab on YouTube, you'll find the link to our Patreon. It'll be patreon.com/tbtcast. And it's $5 a month to get exclusive interviews if we get any high profile folks on here. And also behind the scenes footage, which we have already captured some.
Behind
it's
the scenes footage is just like a nice way of saying us being idiots before we
Yeah,
start.
it's just us being idiots. It's still clean. It's not like inappropriate. It's
Yes,
just-
it will all be scrubbed.
Yeah, it'll all be wax on, wax off.
Mm.
Same.
So so that's where you can find it. So does anyone else want to talk about our future?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
anyone?
feel like we pretty much covered it, didn't we? I don't know.
Yeah.
We got our future. Our future is, as earlier stated, we want to, try to push out and explore more topics as time goes on.
Yeah.
Other than that, our message
yeah.
is, as stated, I think we actually did state it. It's inclusiveness. It's working together. It's you can never understate it, right?
You can never understate that.
It's basically what we want to do is we want to just spread a message of, mindfulness, empathy, kindness, acceptance, self-love, love of other people as well, loving all
Love
people.
thy neighbor.
Neither.
Love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
Mating in neighbors.
Yeah. So that's we want to carry on one of the core values that theater has at least instilled in me. I don't know if it's been instilled in you guys too, but kind of the importance of the individual. Because it's very act well thy part sort of thing. Even if you're just playing a tumbleweed in a Western show, you're just as important as the lead role.
I mean, that's Alec was saying that earlier. Night
Yeah.
two.
Night
Like, it
two.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It
night
doesn't matter
two,
what
yeah.
your name.
Genuinely my
Exactly.
favorite role I've performed. Honestly,
show
more
wouldn't
than
happen
Scrooge. It
without
was
night
so
two,
much fun.
Yeah. So we're just the kind of expressing the importance of the individual for sure. That you don't need to do things alone though, even though you as an individual are important. It's okay to have struggles and to need other people in your life, and need help. And we want to just express how important it is to get help when you need it, and if you need it. And so at the end of every podcast, we're going to take time to remind yourselves, if you haven't, give yourself a compliment. Think about something that you did today that was good. Remember that no matter what you do in a day, it's enough. And if you're feeling down, just remember that there's always sunshine on the horizon, sort of thing. There's always a tomorrow. And we're going to link help hotlines and resources that have been given to us at the in the description of every YouTube video. So if you're feeling like it's one of those days where you need some extra support, then go feel free to go click on those links and get the help that you need. So that's definitely the message that we want to portray to our audience.
And feel free to send us any hotlines that maybe we don't know about. That would be extremely helpful as well.
Yeah.
You can pretty much message us anywhere. Instagram would be good.
And also if you need extra support or you want to talk about your personal story or anything, you feel free to DM us on Instagram. We're more than happy to listen to whatever you guys want to say. Or if you just want to say a casual hi and start a conversation, we'd be more than happy to talk to you guys. It would be awesome to interact with you guys like that. So
we should we also have a Discord.
Oh yes, we have a Discord.
That will be set up in the future. That is not already. I need to work on that some more.
Yes,
That
we
will be set
will
up in
have
the
a
future.
Discord.
There will be a place where we'll all be able to talk.
There will be a Discord in the future.
Yeah, and that will be no negativity allowed. If you're spreading negativity, then you're banned. It's a place to not to be so abrupt and but it's honestly a place to spread love and talk to each other about things and get that community feeling going, because that's kind of the
There's a difference between, you got to remember, when we look at things like negativity and stuff, negativity and picking on each other specifically, not negativity, but picking on each other is always acceptable. It's always okay.
Unless the person explicitly says that they're
if the person says no, then it's a no. But we know that. I mean, that's how me and Gavin, that's how many of us live our lives.
It's a lot of our banter.
Yeah, it's a lot of our banter.
Jackson just roast each other all the time for fun.
Oh yeah, it's great.
As long as it's all in good fun, it's probably
So just recognize your audience is what we're trying to say, and we'll do our best as well to reciprocate that. Know our audience is very important. So yeah, I think with that, if there's anything else you guys want to say,
at some point, Charlie, you could go first.
Yeah, Charlie, what's up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can. I was just thinking for to close this out whenever we're ready for that. We should each say kind of the word that theater has instilled in us the most. You know what I mean? Just one word.
I like that. Okay. So when we're closing out, we'll give
what
one
we
word.
love about.
Okay.
As you can see, this is all still in the making.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's part of the we're when I put in the bio of our Instagram, we're a homegrown podcast. That is so true. We are learning and growing along with you guys. We'll get more professional and everything as it goes.
No, we won't.
We'll pretend
I was
to be
trying
more
to
professional
fool them.
as time goes on.
I was trying to trick them. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we will.
We will get more professional.
It's too late, guys. It's too late.
Few episodes on, all wearing suits.
Yep.
Nope.
Suits,
Next
ties,
episode.
middle of a skyscraper.
Top hat.
Because there's one of those in Salem.
A monocle, too.
Monocle, top hat.
Chardonnay, it is on the.
Gavin has two monocles on, guys.
Yeah, I'm wearing. It's called double monocle.
A double monocle.
Monocle.
Monocle squared,
Monocle squared. Wait, one squared is still one though.
Anyways,
Kelly, did you have something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, and then you guys killed me. Yeah. So I would just like to thank people who are following us on Instagram, because you mentioned our audiences, and big, giant thank yous to people who are subscribed, to people who are following us, and friends and family. Honestly, y'all have been so supportive, and
Y'all get a solid one of these.
Yeah.
Can you see that? There we go.
There.
There you go, Gavin. Yeah, so just a big old thank you to you guys, and we hope you can laugh along with us. So I look forward to this.
Me too. This is gonna be awesome.
It's been awesome having you guys support us in the creation of this.
Yeah.
Having a lot of people just
Yeah.
support us in the idea of creating this podcast. It's been
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, to get support before we even released a first episode.
Before anything
That is
happened.
faith, guys. You guys,
That is true
We
faith.
were not
you
expecting
jumped
that.
into the dark, and you have no idea where you're gonna land, but hopefully
All right.
somewhere where you want. We'll do our best to not disappoint.
Yeah.
So, go team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if that's everything that everyone wanted to say, Jackson, Alec, did you have any closing statements that you wanted to?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You didn't know?
Alec, do you have anything?
No, I think that's all.
All right. And with that, gamers, thanks so much for
No.
Please don't close like that. No.
Like this video, please hit that like button and that subscribe
Smash
button.
that subscribe button. Comment
Oh
down.
no, that's actually something that we should remember.
So
If
basically when you hit the like button, this video does better. So make sure to, smash that like button. Maybe
According to YouTube
Smash
statistics.
that like button.
And hey, if you want to see this video in the future, subscribe.
And according to YouTube statistics, 0% of the people watching this video are subscribed. So if you guys want to,
Digging yourself a deeper hole.
Okay.
that's
No,
another
but
motif, I feel.
in all seriousness, it'd be awesome if you guys subscribed. If you
Yeah.
I don't know, like the video. I don't even know if liking the video does anything on YouTube
Do you use
anymore.
anything? It does.
But I do
It
know
helps
that
us.
subscribing does do something.
Yeah, and also, you know what else does something is sign
There's
up
a
for our
bell.
Patreon.
There's a
No,
bell.
okay. But I mean, also, you know what else does something? Commenting down below. So, like, if we
Yeah.
can hear what you guys are thinking,
Yes.
like giving us stuff to talk about, telling us what you've experienced.
Definitely.
Like, so much of it, it's not about us. I mean,
It's about
we're
It's
talking,
about us.
you.
but it's
But
all
but
about us. No, but we want to be hearing from everybody.
yeah,
The
definitely.
good, the bad.
Well,
if
that's
you
the
want to
thing,
be if you want to be a guest, also, text us. If you have
Yeah.
something that you think you could say, if you want to be a guest, then we'll definitely consider it.
If there's a game you want to see us play, once we get into that,
Yeah. Sorry, Kelly, what were you saying?
I wasn't really saying anything, but on the note that Charlie just said, if it's a game that you want us to play, please make it mobile friendly. I don't have anything I can play on besides mobile.
I'm a
So-
mobile player.
Yeah, if you could make it mobile friendly, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, or we'll just record without Kelly and not tell him. No, just kidding. No, we're all inclusive here, guys.
After the Rovid is over,
The Rovid.
it's entirely possible that we might play some games together, all in the same room, all
Yeah.
in the same building, all
We
with
can
That
also
would
one
be one
camera.
crazy episode. Let me
Ah,
tell
yeah,
Uh,
it would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heck yeah.
That'd be a bit
Start some
wild.
vlog content too while we're when we're actually able to hang out with each other.
yes.
Hello,
Me and Jackson will review the pretzel bacon pub burger from Wendy's.
Yo, wait, can we do that? Can
We're
we
gonna
do
start
that?
we're gonna start a food review channel, guys.
That'd
Back
be
to the-
fantastic.
Dude, a
We'll have
mukbang.
another-
Hold on. A mukbang or whatever they're called.
Let's
Yo.
do it, dude. Boy time, boy feast.
Okay.
My squad.
Okay. Anyway, back to that sidetrack motif. Thank
Uh,
thank you guys so much for listening to our first episode. We hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for
Zero.
future content. What was that? 0?
Episode 0.
Episode 0.
Episode
Yeah, this is technically episode 0, I guess. So next episode will be uploaded next Wednesday. And we have a guest lined up.
Potentially.
So, but
Probably.
it's a little hush hush. You may know them, you may not. Kind of a legend in
Depends
the industry.
on where you are.
But,
A legend. Let's be real. Not even kind of.
yeah,
A
an
legend.
absolute legend, notorious, you
absolute
might say.
Oh yeah.
We just got, like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
We got Kelly Pratt coming on the show, guys.
Wait, who's that?
I don't know.
Nowhere in comparison to our guests. Sorry.
No.
Facts. So yeah, be excited for that. That's going to be coming next week on Wednesday, same time as this one. And with that, I think that is a solid peace out squad.
We want to do the final word.
Oh yes, final word.
We'll start with Alec. Alec, why don't you go?
Oh God, no! Please, somebody else go.
Charlie, you start. It was your idea.
Okay.
You start.
It was my idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with acceptance.
Perfect. Okay, Kelly, you go next.
I'm gonna go with friendship.
Friendship. Okay, Jackson.
Inclusiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inclusivity.
Yeah.
Alec.
Inclusivity.
Caring.
Huh? Caring.
Caring.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit him with a basic boy. Love. That's it. That's what I
Good.
learned. Love.
Oh, adorable.
All right, guys.
One very last thing I would like to say.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Every single person who watches this video,
All right, you guys better be listening then.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was good. That one was good. Okay.
That's a wrap, Chief.
That's a
Bye,
wrap.
guys.
Oh.
Bye bye.
Adios. Bye. Spanish.